a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Good, bad, or otherwise, all experiences in a person's life are supposed to teach them something. That's why today I'm going to be sharing what I learned from an experience that happened in my life not long ago. It helped open my eyes to an issue that's not always talked about, but is insanely important. In the summer of 2018, I started running cross country for the first time. From day one, the training intensity was way higher than anything I was used to. At the same time I was training for cross country, I was also training for and competing in the National Intergalactic Cycling Association Mountain Bike Race Series. Mountain biking was a sport that I'd been competing in for a couple years prior, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, let's just say I was working my butt off training for and competing in sporting events with little to no downtime to rest and recover. My average week looked something like this: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, cross country practice. On Wednesdays, I had both cross country and mountain bike practice. Saturday, a cross country meet, and Sunday, mountain bike race. The next week, repeat. In the moment, I was having a blast. Yeah, I was pretty tired. My legs hurt just about all the time. There were some races and workouts that the pain in my legs was so bad that I had to constantly fight back tears. And yeah, my performance also started to waver as I continued to train and compete. I tried to brush off the pain, telling myself that this was normal. I thought it was normal, but it wasn't. Days of poor performance turned into weeks of poor performance, and the idea that the pain and fatigue could be something much more serious began to cross my mind. After a blood test, it was confirmed that I had iron deficiency anemia. What this means is that because I was lacking the micronutrient iron, my body could not produce enough healthy red blood cells to properly supply my muscles with the adequate amount of oxygen or hemoglobin while exercising. Therefore, I felt tired during exercise and my muscles had a hard time recovering. This was all the result of overtraining, as well as deficiencies of the vitamins and minerals that my body required in order to stay healthy. My hemoglobin levels were 9.5 grams per deciliter of blood, normal levels for women being 12 to 15.5 grams per deciliter. This ignorance cost me the rest of my cross-country season, and it took me several months to make a full recovery. But during that time, I realized that although this setback kinda sucked, I learned something about myself, something that will benefit me in the long run. I came to find out pretty quickly that iron deficiencies among young athletes are not uncommon. One study done at Edith Cowan University found that 35% of high school-aged female athletes and 11% of high school-aged male athletes are iron deficient, and it is likely that many don't even realize it. Other common vitamin deficiencies in athletes are that of magnesium and calcium. Magnesium is a mineral that is involved in more than 300 metabolic processes in the body, including the maintenance of muscle function, heart rhythm, blood pressure, immune system, calcium absorption, and so many more. Because it assists with the absorption of calcium, the two minerals go hand in hand to strengthen bones and help prevent injury. Weak immune system, sudden changes in weight, and loss of menstrual period in females are other common side effects of improper nutrition. So when it comes down to it, there are three big reasons why proper nutrition in young athletes is so important. First of all, food equals fuel. It is essential for teens to understand that there is a direct correlation between what goes into your body and how your body will perform athletically. Athletes are constantly pushing their bodies to the limit, trying to build endurance, speed, agility, or skills. The body must have substantial fuel in order to endure the hours of training that athletes put in. I like to use the analogy of a high-end sports car. Fancy cars run smoothest and last the longest when they run on grade A, high-quality gasoline. An athlete's body is the same way. It is vital for the body to have a steady supply of wholesome nutrients in order to be in peak condition. Secondly, the body of an adolescent is still growing. High school athletes must consume enough calories to not only fuel their athleticism, but also their growing bodies and minds. Carbohydrates provide energy in the form of glucose to the body during performance. The U.S. National Library of Medicine and Institute of Health stated in 2013 that the average 7 to 18-year-old's diet should comprise of 45 to 65% carbohydrates, athletes being on the higher end of the spectrum. Proteins, another vital macronutrient, help to restore and rebuild muscle, and should make up 10 to 30% of total energy intake. Fats are also important because they allow the body to absorb fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K, much more efficiently than if healthy fats were not present. The final reason why proper nutrition is essential for young athletes is because it instills in them habits that will set them up for a healthy adulthood and life. Sure, nutrition is not the only aspect of a healthy lifestyle, but without it we certainly wouldn't be getting anywhere. With so many kids who participate in sports, it would be revolutionary if they were all properly educated on the importance of nutrition as well. Yes, sometimes it can be difficult to make healthy decisions. As a high schooler, I know that. But if we can somehow manage to keep the next generation educated about the nutrients that they need to stay healthy, they will be able to prioritize a healthy diet into their own lives, one that works for them. My goal is to help prevent instances like my own and spread awareness and understanding of a proper diet for adolescent athletes.